asked me to do the land acknowledgement today. I hate land acknowledgements. You want me to come up here with my feathers and my beads, bless your little event, tell you you're woke? So I said I'd be delighted.
And there it is, the land acknowledgement, or As You Like It, is an acclaimed one-man show about the state of the reconciliation process in Canada. And joining us in studio is the creator and star of the show, Cliff Cardinal. Thank you for coming here. We really appreciate your time here today.
Thanks for having me. For a show called Breakfast Television, you don't have time for breakfast around here.
No, and I always wonder, where is the breakfast? Something, you know, it's like people always wonder that. Listen, I know that you had your show last night, so I know it's an early one, but I wanted to kind of dig right into land acknowledgements. And for anyone that watches Breakfast Television or TSC, where I work as well, we start off with a land acknowledgement. So how do you feel about that? Like, is that something that's important? Do you appreciate it?
I think they are important, but I don't think they go far enough. My question is, how does someone who has no connection with the Indigenous community whatsoever read a few lines off of a piece of paper before a show or a commencement address or a yard sale or whatever cultural event hosts the land acknowledgement, and then stand there like they're Tanya Tagaq, a community leader who has something to say? And I think that more people should really be involved in the Indigenous community. And if more people were, I think that there would be a bit more hesitation or a bit less interest in standing up and saying, look, I'm one of the good guys.
Right, less of patting ourselves on the back is what you're saying.
Enough patting ourselves on the back already.
What would you like to see us do? Like, if you could give anyone out there a specific action.
I'm so glad you asked. What I'd like you to do is come to the show on Yonge Street at 651 at the CAA Theatre until April 2nd. That's my call to action.
Well, and it's interesting, the call to action right now, we know that the name was initially called As You Like It, and now you've had to change it to the land acknowledgement As You Like It. Why did you have to, in the beginning of Truth and Reconciliation, kind of quote-unquote fool people into what they were going to be seeing?
Quote-unquote fool, that's really nice. We lied. We lied. We sold 3,500 tickets to a show called William Shakespeare's As You Like It, and nobody got to see William Shakespeare's As You Like It. And the reason was, we didn't think that anybody would pay to see a Cliff Cardinal show.
And then they did.
So then they did, and it took off, and it turned out to be a hot-button issue that a lot of people are very aware of. And so we got invited to the Mirvish Productions.
Yeah, and out of 2,300 people who attended, only 9 actually asked for their money back, because the idea is people were paying for something, they didn't get what they expected, but what they didn't expect was to become so informed and to have an education that was kind of wrapped in satire. So I want to talk a little bit about what your show covers and why you chose to kind of go with satire. To sort of, I don't want to even say lighten it up, because there's nothing light about what you're talking about. Was it to make it more digestible for us?
It's just because I'm that kind of guy, and I don't know if anybody actually learned anything from my show. I think this is stuff that people know. It's just they're not used to hearing it on breakfast television or in the theater. And so that was the exciting thing. And satire, it's such a dangerous form of comedy anyway. We lure you in, it's going to be a really nice time, and then we're going to go into some darker places, too.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hard truths that are your realities, that are the realities of so many. So when we talk about some of those topics, let's give everyone an example of the kinds of topics that you are going to cover.
Sure. We talk about the land acknowledgement at the Oscars. How does an organization honor John Wayne and then do a land acknowledgement all these years later? We talk about the uncovering of mass graves across the country. And that's part of the reason why it was important to lie to people at first. Is to be an Indigenous person in this country is to be lied to. We were lied to about our history, about our culture, and in fact, I'm supposed to be dead right now. But I'm not, and we're not. And so the fact that we get an opportunity to come in and laugh in the face of these hard truths is we should laugh hard.
Well, and we're so grateful that you are here and to be able to share those hard truths. And it is a way for you to educate yourself, to listen, to learn.
Okay, but also have a good time.
And to laugh. No, and that's what I was going to say, and to laugh as well. And thank you for creating this. The show does run at the CAA Theatre until April 2nd. So for more details, you can go to mirvish.com. Also, feel free to follow Cliff online, Cliff Cardinal, as well on Instagram. And guess what? You respond. It was great to chat with you today, and thank you so much for sharing.
I don't always respond.
You do to me. Maybe I got an in.
Yeah, a little bit. You've gotten in with all of your friends here and their cameras.
Well, thank you so much, and congrats on the success. Great reviews as well in the media as well. Toronto Star did
Thank you
great
so much.
one, and-
Thanks for having me.